This is a quick tutorial on how to add Zoom to your course navigation so your students can see the Zoom link as soon as they log into your course. So first you want to be on your dashboard and find the course that you want to add Zoom to. I know that I still need to add Zoom to my AP Language course. So you're going to click on the course card. Once you enter the course, you're going to look here on the course navigation. You're going to scroll down to settings. So this, I've already set up my home page that this will show, and I'm going to add my modules. I haven't gotten to that yet, but so over here is our course navigation. We're going to scroll all the way down to settings. So my course navigation right now, this is what I see. If you want to see what the students are going to see and the navigation links that students, you can go to your student view over here on the right. But right now, this is what I see when I log in. Well, I want to be able to see Zoom. If I add Zoom, it's going to add it to the student view. So here you'll see course details. This is where you change the picture of your card. But you're going to go over to navigation. And we go to navigation because we want to add it here, and also because Zoom is something that Canvas already has for us to find. If it was something that Zoom didn't, if it wasn't popular that Zoom didn't already have, we could go to apps. But Zoom is already something that Canvas provides for you to add to your navigation. So we're going to scroll down. The ones at the top are ones that are already in your course navigation that you see on the left, that as I play with, I'm still going to kind of move around and take some off because there are some things over here I don't need. But if you scroll down, you'll see that Canvas is already, they know these are the most popular, so they already have Zoom and Flipgrid able for us to just pull up. So we're going to click on Zoom and pull it up. Now I just pulled it to the bottom here, but when you're in course navigation, and this would be for anything you want it to move up or to move around, I want it to be the first thing that a student sees when they enter the course or the classroom, because either 5 days a week if they're virtual, or 3 days a week when if it's not their A or B day, they're going to need to click on that as soon as they enter the course to be able to log on to my Zoom. So I'm going to click on my Zoom and move it. I want home and announcements to be first, but then I want Zoom to be the third button that they see. So I'm going to click that there, scroll down, and I'm going to click Save. And now Zoom, if I go into my course, I'm going to get out of navigation, make sure I've saved it. I know I did, but sometimes I just double check. I can go back to course details and then just go home. You wouldn't even have to go to course details, but I'll just go home. Now I see that here on the third link on my course navigation is Zoom. And I want to go just check that it is added to student view. So I'm going to, or when the student logs in, it's in their course. So now we can see that when the student logs in, that the Zoom link is the second button on their course navigation. Because they don't have announcements, that's only going to show in the teacher view. It's actually the second instead of the third button that they have. Okay, so that worked. We are going to leave student view. Now that we see that that works. And I'm going to come back over to my Zoom because I need to set up my Zoom meeting. Now I know that every day a student in this class is going to need to access this Zoom. So I want to have a link that when they go into the Zoom on course navigation, they just click on and they come into my class. I'm only going to need to do this one time, and then we're just going to repeatedly use the same Zoom link. So I'm going to go over, I'm going to click, they've already have it set up for me here. I'm going to click schedule a new meeting. It's already titled the whatever my course is named, I'm just going to add AP Lang Virtual Classroom. Now I know that third period means our class begins at 10:30. I'm going to talk to my class about that they need to log in and be ready a few minutes before. It's just that I can go in and start the class at any time, but at 10:30 is when our class will begin, and they can be logged in and ready for me to admit them. I'm going to start it on the 24th, since that's the first day of class. Now what you could do, I'm going to leave it on an hour, even though it'll be 53 minutes. What you could do is click recurring meeting. That works for some people. Then it would list every single day the link, but I am just going to reuse the same link unless I had an issue in the future. But I'm going to use the same Zoom meeting link. So I think that keeps it from being too cluttered, just for my personal preference for the page. So I just want to keep it, I'm not going to click recurring. I'm just going to start it on this date and we'll reuse that Zoom. I do want a passcode just for security reasons. I'm going to make it Fisher Lane. And I'm going to leave these off because this way I'm not forcing them to use video, and I'm not forcing me to. We can use our pictures. I'm going to leave both to give them options for audio. And then I'm not going to let them join before me. I'm going to make them wait. However, I am going to click mute participants upon entry. This way I know that they're muted when they come in, and if I need to unmute them or I ask them to unmute themselves, they can, but that they're muted when they come into the meeting. And then I'm also, because I know that we have to record our meetings and I don't want to have to remember every single period to click record, I'm going to click record automatically. So this time, anytime this meeting begins, it's going to record until we leave the meeting. Okay, so then I want to click save. We're not going to start the meeting. You could, if you wanted to email or send out this invitation for this information, you could, like on a remind, but they're going to automatically have the link when they get into Canvas. Okay, so I just want to double check that I've saved everything. Everything's here. And I can go back to home. So now, when I click on the Zoom link on my course navigation, my meeting is set up, and this is what students will see as well, and I'll show you how to make, we can go and look in Student View to make sure, but I would go in and I would click Start to start the meeting. If we want to see what the students see, we would go to Student View, click on Zoom, they have their link, they come to my Canvas when it's time for third period, and they click join, and they're joining the meeting without having to re-put in their meeting ID and information. This is going to make it much easier for them to transition instead of having to go find your information every time to put in the ID and the password. This way they can join, they can add that password that they will know, and then they can change classes virtually much more easily than if they had to put in that information every time. So we'll leave Student View again, come back home, and that's how you add Zoom to your navigation and set up your Zoom meetings.